Watching one of the previous episodes of the Weekly Email Digest, I noticed how I always talk about how to make your emails convert better. Include a discount, and use a call to action, and get people to buy, and then get them to buy more. Ultimately, everything is leading up to driving more revenue, which is great, but we cannot forget about the importance of developing actual human relationships between you and your brand's customers. And one of the most powerful ways of doing that is through storytelling. It's not something that's going to get everyone to buy everything right now, but eventually that's what gets people to become true fans and loyalists of your brand, which in the end pays off exponentially. So today we're going to look at a few examples of how to tell a story and connect to people. The first example that I've got for us today is from Almonds and Sports. Roald Amundsen was a Norwegian explorer known as the first to reach the South and North Poles back in the 20th century. In other words, a great historical figure. And the White Eagle jacket here by Omnisend and Sports has been created in the image of his aviation legacy. As they say, it's somewhat of a hidden gem, often overshadowed by his polar feats. It takes an inspiration from the past while using high-quality, innovative materials. And later down the email, they share some more background about the man, as well as a picture of him under the propeller of N25. In just a few sentences there, Omnisend and Sports introduced us to the great story and inspiration behind this jacket, making it feel so much more special and increasing its perceived value. All without discounts, without any sleazy sales tactics, with just a few lines of text and an interesting story. Now, storytelling doesn't always have to be based on history or historical figures, so no worries if your product is not inspired by someone who lived and did something great 100 years ago. Your story could be as simple as, what is your product and what does it do? And that's exactly what our second example is about. It's a welcome email from Zapier, and Zapier is an app that's used to connect other apps between each other and automate the process. So the story that they tell in this email is, what's a Zap? They go on to explain that the workflows that you create in Zapier are called Zaps, and that they can automate many common tasks for you. And then every single Zap is always made up of two parts, the trigger and the action. Here's what a trigger is, and here's what an action is. Very simple, coherent, and easy to digest, because every new idea follows the previous one and builds on top of it. It's all connected, and by the end of the email, you have a full and clear picture of what a Zap is. When you purposefully write this way, it doesn't matter if you're writing an introduction, an explanation, or an instructions manual. When you write like a story, it reads like a story. Overall, welcome emails are the perfect place to do some storytelling. So introduce people to who you are, what your brand is, what problems your product solves, the background story of all of it, if any, and you will see your customers sticking longer. And finally, storytelling is not something that's reserved for your biggest product releases and welcome emails only. It can and should be an everyday thing, whenever and every time there is something to tell. The third email for today is from Naked and Famous Denim, and the story here is, hey guys, some global shipping delays happened, and as a result, we're rescheduling a few of our Fall/Winter 21 releases. Here are the exact ones that are getting postponed, and we hope that this will be the last time that we have to do something like this. We will keep you updated. Many brands would hesitate before sending out an email like this. I mean, there's no sale, there's no promotion. There is more to this email, but it's not the point. The main point of this email is this piece of news here. But think about what it means to your customers, even if just on the subconscious. A quick story like this one shows that you really care. It shows that you're real, that you're vulnerable, and that you're human too. And sometimes things just don't go the way that they're supposed to go, and you cannot get all of the products out on time. And you're not running away from it, you are letting them know because you care. And all of that is where a deeper level of connection grows from. So whenever there is something to share, share it. Now, one last thing for today that's consistent throughout all of these great emails that we looked at today is how concisely these people are telling all of these stories. It's totally incredible to me. They tell us what happened, the global shipping delays, the result of that happening, this and this and this items were postponed, and what to do next. Look out for emails and updates on social media. Introduction, main part, and conclusion, just like any other story or movie script. That's so cool to me. And that being said, we're going to wrap up this episode of the Weekly Email Digest. As always, I really hope that you learned something new today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!